Welcome, friends. Welcome back to the kitchen. Welcome back to Sunday morning in the old cookbook show. Today we're going to do a recipe out of this cookbook sent in by a viewer. It's kind of a cookbook, kind of an almanac, kind of a sales brochure. It's from 1940, put out by a company called Raleigh's. I hadn't heard of them before, but they were one of those companies, kind of like Watkins, mail order, household products, stuff for the kitchen, stuff for the barn, stuff for cleaning, stuff for eating, liniments, patent medicines, cough syrups, that sort of thing. Like a broad product range of all kinds of different stuff. It's very colorful. It also contains, an almanac. It contains your star sign. It contains all kinds of stuff that you would use in 1940. Hole at the top, of course, so that you can hang it up in the kitchen, and it's always available. So the products are always jumping out at you. The information's always jumping out at you. And we're going to do stuffed onions. Not because stuffed onions are anything strange. I wanted to show the book. I also wanted to do the recipe because I've avoided stuffed onions for a very long time. They are something that you see in every cookbook prior to, say, 1900. Tons of stuffed onion recipes. And I thought I'm finally going to do one. So we're going to do it today. I've got 2 onions, even though the recipe tells me to do 8. I've peeled off the papery peel. I've sort of cut the top just a little bit at the top, and at the bottom I've just taken off the wiggly bits of the root, but the root stem is still intact. So I've got a pot of water coming up to a boil. I'm going to put in salt. I'm going to add in our 2 onions, put a lid on. Okay, so I'm supposed to cook them for 30 minutes until they're soft. I'll keep a knife on hand just so that I can test them. I don't want them to get so far that they're mush, which at 30 minutes they just might be. Okay, while the onions are boiling away, we will fry up this sausage meat. Now once the sausage is fried to a delicate brown, I'm supposed to add salt, pepper, celery salt. And I'm kind of on the fence about that. Depending on the sausage you're using, the sausage should have enough flavor to carry the dish. And adding extra salt, pepper, and celery salt may actually be doing you a disservice. So taste test your sausage, I guess is what I'm saying, and then decide whether you actually want to add those extra flavorings. If you get a good sausage, some of those other flavorings may not match with what's going on. So in a dish that asks for generic sausage, kind of be careful of what you add in. It also says I can add ketchup or chili sauce. This is our homemade chili sauce. That's what I'm going to add. I'm going to say the sausage is cooked, so I'm going to turn the heat off. Breadcrumbs go in. Now I'm going to add the chili sauce. I'm going to forgo the salt, pepper, and celery salt. There's more than enough flavor going on between the sausage and the chili sauce. I think those other spices would really just fight with it. Okay, I'll just bring all of this together. Okay, let's check our onions. Okay, I think they're done. How to deal with super hot, slippery onions so that I can scoop out the inside without crushing the inside, without crushing it and... Okay, bring them here first. I'm going to cut the opening on the top just a little bit more. I've hollowed out the inside of these 2 onions. I've got them in the baking dish that I'm going to use. I've got all this onion pulp. It doesn't tell me what to do with the onion pulp. I would have thought that I'd chop it up and put it in with this mixture, but it doesn't say to do that. I'm going to do some. I am going to do some. I think this might be easiest. Bring the onion to the filling. Got them both filled. Not pretty. Not pretty at all. I'm going to stick a little bit more on top so that the meat mixture is sticking out of the top. Now, so far, I think if you did these for a dinner party, they'd be kind of fun to bring out at the table and have everybody just get an onion stuffed like this. Here's what I'm going to tell you. I see this comment often. People saying, oh, looks like a great recipe. I'm going to do it for a big dinner party coming up. Don't ever do a brand new recipe for a dinner party. Try it a couple of times, perfect it, and then bring it to the dinner party or do it for a dinner party. Because if you do something like this for a dinner party and this is the first time, it's just going to be too stressful. Okay, lid on and into the oven.
Hey, Glenn. Hey, friends.
I'll give you a stuffed onion, or one of thousands of recipes for stuffed onion.
stuffed onions.
in the old cookbooks.
Why not?
And yeah,
Can I slice
just
it?
slice into it. What they're stuffed with in the old cookbooks runs the gamut of pretty much everything that was available in your household
There's no grace in how I slice that.
that you could put into an onion. And so today we just did a sausage, but it could be anything.
Little sausage, little onion.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's still hot though. Careful.
Yeah.
I kind of like stuffed onion. I mean, I like stuffed peppers. Why not stuffed onion?
Yeah.
It actually brings more flavor to the whole stuffed vegetable. You know what I mean? Like,
That is really good.
yeah.
And so what you stuff into the onion brings most of the flavor, right? But the onion itself, and there's so many onions that you could choose.
All right, that's a keeper.
That's good. Yeah.
There's a very sweet flavor to it.
The onion is really sweet. Yeah. So I boiled the onion for like half an hour. I did go the full 30 minutes.
You listen to the instructions.
And so that brings a lot of sweetness to the onion. Yeah. Okay, so that's really good. I'd give that a go. If you're going to do it for a dinner party, because it does look really cool if everybody gets their own little onion in a little dish, make it a couple of times before the dinner party, because you're going to struggle getting the inside of the onion out and making it look really pretty.
How many onions did you go through?
Well, you just got what I made. It wasn't pretty getting it out, though. Thanks for stopping by. See you again soon.